Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
React to the Oval and them promo. Oh,
Ew. Wait, you only last 7 minutes?
No, he said not a drop wasted. And then
Oh,
I heard that. Oh, you did good. Oh, you did good. You did good. I heard that too.
you have to mute your microphone from now on. Nah, because your friends are gross. Oh my God.
Shoot. Oh, we was dying.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Listen, let's start at the end because this was very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Roman and CM Punk decided we can't get no more volatile than we already have. So they didn't get volatile. They went deeper. This means that there's a certain level of respect here between these two men. They use certain words, but mean something else. They hate each other to a certain degree, but there's a level of jealousy and respect and admiration between the two of them. And we got to see that today without all the... Okay? So, I'm going to turn this fan off just for a little bit, babe, because it's blowing in my microphone. CM Punk, well, the show kicked off with Roman cutting this very odd political style promo that just basically left me in a bit of a tizzy. But he basically said, I'm coming out there and you got to tell the truth or I will. So I was like, the truth about what? What has he been lying about? And then it came down to the end of the show where Roman came out and then CM Punk came out through the rafters. Very much how the Shield used to come down, just without the Shield music. Now, if you know that CM Punk was originally supposed to be a part of this group to lead that level of anarchy, and then Punk left before it could even get off the ground, but they went with the group anyway, then you know that that little gesture has some significance. Now, when he came down those steps and stood on the edge of the apron, he was warned that if he came in that ring, that they weren't going to be talking. So CM Punk stood on the edge of the apron to tell his truth. He said that he envied Roman Reigns for the length of his title reign, for the main events that he's able to get, He envied his family and the legacy that he's going to leave. He envied the fact that Roman was handed his greatness and CM Punk didn't get to experience any of it in that manner. He envied Roman Reigns for everything that he was able to become and for all the hard work, dedication, and sacrifice that he had to put in to be the OTC one. He said that he hated that he had those feelings, but that's the truth. And every time he told the truth, he told Roman to stop him when he was lying. Roman never did. He let him finish. The last thing that he said to him was one that he apologized for invoking his father's name in vain. That's all the Usos wanted from the very beginning. But he did apologize, which I have often said that CM Punk is the type of person that will self destruct and refuses to take accountability. And in the past, that has been his behavior, that has been his MO. But what I have seen, not the Furies got their own fucking TV show. Tyson Fury, whole bitch. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. That has been true in the past. But hearing lately, and especially these last couple of years, even his last year run in AEW, it seems that CM Punk has changed and he has grown, and there has been a shift in his behavior, and he's taken accountability, which respectfully, that is what you are supposed to do when you get older. You learn and you make changes when you learn. Now, Roman Reigns responded to CM Punk by telling him that's the realest shit that he said in this company in a very long time. The only thing that he felt like he said wrong was that he was going to be the one holding the gold at the end of the night on Sunday. He said that's not going to happen. But he said, I will tell you some truths. He said, I hate you because of the relationship that you've been able to curate with all these fans. And he said, I hate you for the legacy that you've been able to leave in spite of. You left this place for 10 years, and for 10 years straight, they chanted your name. The relationship that you've been able to curate with these fans is unlike anything that anybody has been able to touch in a decade. And I would hope that when it's my time to hang it up, that 10 years will go by and they still chant my name the way they chant yours. But he said, we talking about later, but right now we're going to talk about now. Because on Sunday, in the main event, I ain't done yet. And I'm going to take everything that I'm owed. We're going to put this place back where it was. I gave you 2 months to do what you needed to do, and you didn't do anything with it. So clearly, you can't handle the job. So I'm taking back over, and I'm going to be the champion. And I'm putting this place back where it was, on top with the money that it deserves, because you can't handle it. And he said, just like you and everybody else, you will acknowledge me. I ain't gonna lie. Both promos were excellent promos. They were excellent. This is how you know that one, they really do respect each other. And two, there's a way to still build animosity and build intrigue in feuds without going to the bottom of the barrel with everything. I think sometimes when it comes to the fans and how we and I include myself in this, when we look at how certain feuds should be built, how they can be seen, what should be done. Oh, one of them days is on there. People always expect them to just go for the jugular, go for the low, go for the bottom, say this, say that. That would have been better. This would have been better. Instead of just appreciating what they've already given us, because they blew up everything. Everything went to the extreme, right? Now they took it back down to a level where it's attainable, where we can still get to see something happen that'll shock us. You get what I mean? They brought us back down to reality for a little bit. They've given us a little bit of breathing room. It's just like, okay, okay, they ain't mad, they ain't out here whooping each other's ass all night, but but clearly they working on it. You know what I'm saying? We get ready to see some fun shit happening, right? This promo was probably one of the best promos I've heard in a very long time. Not because the two men were viscerally going at each other, but because they respectfully and disrespectfully went at each other's greatest attributes, gave them the accolades, but told them how they felt. In the end, they were real with each other. And that's the coolest part about it. And they still kept their animosity. They still kept their anger. They still kept their visceral nature when it comes to this feud. Am I looking forward to the match still? No, I don't think this match is going to be good. I'm going to be honest. I don't think this match is going to be good, but I think it's going to hold our attention. I will give them that. Now, let's move on to some more key points. Because Obafemi cut a promo tonight. Obafemi proved why he's the ruler, the destroyer. Okay, he has proven why he is on the top of the mountain. All right. Obafemi cut a beautiful promo today against one of the best men on the microphone in wrestling to date, Paul Heyman. Okay. He shut Paul Heyman down quickly and cut him deep. Okay. That man said, listen, you can keep your motherfucking door closed. You hear me? Because I ain't gonna need it. But you might want to be more concerned about your homeboy and what he needs. Okay? Because I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna be the one to destroy the beast. Baby, I don't need to rephrase or mimic what he said. You got to go on Twitter and find it for yourself because it was an excellent promo. I don't know what's going on Raw today, but baby, they was not playing with making sure you were interested in the major feuds. They were very, very clear on what they needed to do heading into WrestleMania. This Raw as a closeout Raw for Mania was okay. It was solid for me. May not have been solid for everybody else, but it was solid for me. Now, Brock Lesnar came out there and signed his contract, and so did Fifth Element's up there. Cute. Sorry, y'all, the Netflix thing is going. But Brock Lesnar signed the contract. They cut their little promo, and then later on in the night, Obafemi signed his part of the contract, and he cut his promo. It was really, really good. Now, the interesting part about Raw was Gunther and Seth. Let's get into this. Gunther came out there, but he didn't get to speak too much because Seth went on the attack. He was on full-on offense. Now, Gunther was fighting, but Seth grabbed the microphone and said, you said you not Paul Heyman's little bitch. You said you're not his stooge. All right, cool. Then bring your ass in this ring and tell me why you attacked me. Tell me why you did this. So Gunther got in the ring, and Gunther told him flat out, he said, the reason why I'm on your ass like I'm on your ass is because you've been ducking and dodging me. You've been running around here telling everybody how great you are, how you're one of the best in this ring. And I'm sick of hearing it because I know and you know that you can't even lace my boots. You can't beat me. And when I was champion, you didn't even look towards me. You didn't even acknowledge that I existed. You acted like I was a stepping stone for you to get to where you needed to be. And then you ran your ass behind Paul Heyman and hid behind him for months. You had the opportunity to come and test me, but you knew damn well that I would be the one to take your ass out. So at WrestleMania, there ain't no inhibitions. There ain't nothing barring you. It's going to be me and you, and I'm going to expose that you are not even fit to lace my boots. And I said, oh my. I was like, it sounds like I told you that that's what was happening. I told you. It's very simple, very easy. Gunther's like, look, I'm the best. You keep running around telling everybody that you're better than me. And you know that you're not better than me. You ain't even wrestled me. You won't even give me the opportunity or give me the grace of gracing my ring. You won't even do that. But you run around here telling everybody you the best? Hell no. Prove it. That's why Gunther attacked him. That's why Gunther's on his ass. Because Gunther don't like the fact that everybody's calling him one of the greatest in the ring when Gunther knows that it's him and him only. Okay? So him and Seth started going at each other. They started fighting. And Seth almost super curb stomped that motherfucker, but he got the hell out the way. Now, I don't know how this shit gonna play out when we get ready to get to WrestleMania, but I am more than intrigued and interested in this match. I think this match is going to be great, but I also think that Brian Breaker is going to interfere. I think Brian Breaker is going to interfere. Now, there was a few other things that happened. Javon Evans teamed up with Dragon Lee to go up against Rusev and JD McDonough. This match, I don't really know how the match ended because I had to go to the facilities. Now, after I came out, they was all getting beat down by Rusev. Penta came out there and motherfucking Rey Mysterio came out there and they all got beat up. Everybody. They all got laid out. That's why I really don't think that Rusev gonna win. Personally, I think they should all gang up on his ass and get his ass out of there. But I don't think Rusev gonna win. Okay, that's why he had that big showing today. Ooh, you see that lightning out there? Yeah, well, clowns are weird. Anywhoosies. So finally, Io Sky had a match with Kairi Sane. Io Sky ended up losing that match because of Asuka's interference, as well as because of Jade Cargill's interference. Now, Rhea went down there to stop Asuka from interfering, and because Rhea was down there, Jade came down there and beat up on Rhea. She ended up taking a crossbody from Io, which left the window open. Kairi distracted the ref, and that gave Asuka the opportunity to push Io off the top turnbuckle. Kairi got the roll up. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Another match on the card today was Charlotte versus Lyra Valkyria. Actually, a fairly decent match between the two women, but it was due to interference from Bayley that allowed Lyra to get the win. Now, the two teams were very volatile with each other, almost blowing up to fight, but the ref was able to separate the two and get them, out of the ring. Now, Stephanie came down there, and Stephanie was having an interview with Kathy Kelly. And in the middle, the interview never even got started. And fucking Liv came out there. It looked like her face. Child, it looked like she was in a fight with 15 people. Her face was black and blue. Okay. Whatever. Stephanie whooped her ass last week. That knot that was on her forehead, she was black and blue when she brought her ass to the ring. And she was just full of rage. She was enraged. She was vexed. Okay. They could not stop them hoes from fighting. Liv Morgan was like, get your ass in this ring and let's go. We could go right now. And she picked up the microphone and said, I know your mama was always trash, but I ain't know she raised a little bitch. I said, oh, hell no. Go whoop her ass. Give her another black eye. Give her another one. She got that mic. Well, she didn't need a microphone because she was screaming at the top of her lungs. Stephanie said something in Spanish about WrestleMania, and I'm assuming what she said was, I ain't waiting until WrestleMania, and ran her ass down there and started whipping ass. Them girls was fighting. They was pulling them apart. Meanwhile, Kathy Kelly just laying in the damn corner. Nobody checked on her except for one lonely referee. She was just laid out. prostrate before the Lord. I said, well, God damn, the least y'all could do is make sure the lady okay, pull her out the ring. They just standing around fighting with Liv and Stephanie, moving and shit. I said, what the fuck? I said, we're y'all ain't gonna pull Kathy out the ring or nothing. Child, poor Kathy. Poor Kathy. We ain't see her for the rest of the night. They had Jackie doing all her work, child. But anyway, we had that little moment. Now, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Okay. First, let me see y'all comments because there's a lot of them. It's so many. Hey, let's see. You got to rewatch the Obafemi promo. It's very, very good. Hello, Aaron. How are you? Weekend was fine. Thank you for asking. Not the Demon King. Yeah, Finn Balor's gonna be the demon. Oh, Dragon and Javon won. Okay, good for them. Cute. We love that for them. Child Cleveland being Cleveland with this weather again, girl. It's 70 degrees outside and it's thunderstorming out there. It's thunderstorming bad. And it's supposed to be in the high 70s, mid 60s all week. Last weekend, what was it? Last weekend or the weekend before last, babe?
No, last weekend
it was 70 or almost 80. And then Sunday it was 30.
They dropped the 40 on Sunday, and then that Monday in the morning it was 20.
Child, we was dying. Okay. And it was flooding. It was flooding everywhere but here, thank God.
We're gonna turn on the AC to the heat back off.
Because it was freezing in this house. But it was smoking in here today. Oh, poor Kathy. She got a new bruise. Other than that goose egg, child, her face was tore up. Her face was tore up. Okay. Liv looked like a zombie when they first turned, child. Her face had a lot of colors. It was a lot of colors in that face, child. Not only Liv got that big ass knot on her forehead, she looked like she didn't sleep that much because those bags were showing. Well, Liv always got bags. She always got bags, but when she don't sleep, you can tell when her eye bags are really, really, really big. She said WrestleMania is so ghetto this year. Yeah, girl. Should have took their ass in Louisiana. It would have been a little bit better. My mom's basement flooded the other week. It was raining so bad. And it's raining now here. So I know it's raining bad. It's just raining here in Cleveland, period. It's just raining terribly. And it usually floods over here really bad, but knock on wood, it hasn't done that in a while, which I'm so thankful for. But anyways, let's talk about Liv Morgan. Because I posted on my Instagram about Liv Morgan's music video for her new entrance music that she got coming out. And here's the thing. Y'all might be mad, but I don't care. The song is not good. It's not a good song. Like, it's not as bad as Jillian's song used to be. Y'all remember that song? Yeah, now you want me. When she was that tired ass pop star gimmick. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as her entrance. But it's not great either. It's not good. And then it just dropped. Like, nobody, this is the thing, right? Like, I'm okay with her dropping her entrance music for Mania, right? But my thing is, why not use it to debut at WrestleMania? Give it purpose. And you could have been real petty, put a Stephanie Vaquer lookalike in there that she was fighting in the music video. Make it so that it means something. And then you could have had this version of it be her new entrance, Titantron from now on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people sometimes don't understand when I say that they're this right here didn't really, it seemed very left field. It seemed out of nowhere. There was no context when it was dropped. There was nothing. We got a little teaser last week and everybody trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Then Liv Morgan puts it on her Instagram And everybody's just like, oh, it's for Liv. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is she dancing for? Like, what is going on? Then everybody's in the comments mad. Oh, shit. That was, okay, Lord. I saw the lightning on this with y'all. Ooh. Okay. Am I cussing too much? I know I cuss a lot, Lord. I know. I'm sorry. Anyway, y'all, Lord, don't be mad at me. Don't do that lightning no more. That really scared me. Serious. Terrified. Anyways, it's not that Liv Morgan can't do what she want to do or have fun. It's just the timing of it was odd. It's just weird. It looked weird. I just didn't understand it. And then on top of that, the song isn't good. It's not good music. I got people in the comments talking about some, well, the Rock and them did, rappers was in rap music. You had John Cena doing a whole album. Jericho has Fozzy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is why I prefaced the video by saying it's a brave thing for her to do because it's hard enough as it is just being a wrestler. And then you come out and you have music, whether this is a four-way she going into or not, she was brave and she got a lot of strength and confidence in herself to do some shit like that. So that part I commend. But if you want me to be honest, I'm being fucking honest. The song isn't worth the amount of tape and engineering it took to create it. But it's a WWE theme song. So I'm not mad about that. I'm not out here saying, oh, this shit is ass. You should have did that. Because I could have went in. I could have tore her apart, but it wouldn't have served any purpose to do so. Okay. And I wasn't even being rude or disrespectful. I was being nice. But I can tell you right now, when I first heard this shit, I was crying, laughing. When I tell you that I laughed for 20 minutes, I fucking died. Okay? Because I'm like, you cannot be fucking serious right now. But that's her business if that's what she want to do. And I ain't mad at her for making her own interest music. A lot of people do their own interest. The Usos did theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like Trick Williams did his own, but Trick Williams, the difference is Trick Willie got talent when it comes to music. And that ain't everybody's speed. You feel me? So I don't know. Some of y'all got to get out your feelings just because everybody don't agree. And some of y'all got to stop learning. You got to learn that even though it's my opinion, it's on my page. So even though I have an opinion, you also have a right to put your opinion out on your page. That was content for me. I'm not sitting up here worrying about what Liv Morgan got going on. I don't follow her. I don't care. Some of y'all are so invested in these people. Y'all like, oh, she's such a sweet person outside of that. I'm like, nigga, I don't care about none of that because I'm not trying to get to know them outside of that. That's my thing. I like having the separation of church and state. I like enjoying the show for what it is and then going home. I'm not sitting here watching White Lotus trying to figure out the actresses and what they got going on afterwards because I don't give a damn. I don't care about none of that. And you shouldn't either. The parasocial relationship that some of y'all have with people is crazy. I need y'all to really assess what y'all be talking about. Because y'all are ready to be in the comments fighting and defending people. And y'all don't fucking know them. Y'all don't know them. Y'all, I cannot say this enough. You don't know them. You only know what you see. You only know what they showed you. Just like me, just like anybody else that's on social media, just like anybody else that's online. You only see what we show you. That's the way it's supposed to be. I'm not establishing no parasocial relationship with anybody. Because I know better. Like, damn. I have an opinion about her raggedy ass interest theme, and y'all get in y'all feelings and get mad. Somebody DM me earlier today was like, you're jealous. You're jealous of her because you don't have her life and you don't have what she got. I don't want to be a fucking wrestler. Let me reiterate. I have never in my life wanted to be a wrestler. I might have wanted to be a manager. That is a dream that I will hold on to for the rest of my life. If I could do it, I would love to be somebody's manager. The beauty of it. I would milk that shit. I would love to be booed. Oh, I would live. It would just warm my heart and soul. Okay. I would love it. Oh, I would cry on cue. Oh my God, it would break my heart. I would live. But I don't want to be a wrestler. That's not something that I want to do. I enjoy doing commentary. I enjoy watching wrestling. I enjoy that. But I'm not sitting up here invested in these people's lives. I don't care enough to be invested in it. I'm telling you right now. Nicole said she was just at Coachella. She probably ain't sleep a full night in days. Coachella is a wild place to go to. I would never go to Coachella, even if I was younger, within my like early to mid 20s, even in my 30s. I would never go to Coachella. That's fucking crazy. I'm not camping out nowhere to listen to nobody sing to me. I'm not doing that. We could have had Big Frida. You already know. Tear some shit up. Then she would come out singing. Oh my God, I used to hate Jillian so much. It's not as bad as Jillian's, but it doesn't hit like other features. It is what it is. You know, Timu Brittany is crazy.
Mm, that's funny.
I didn't go that far. I didn't even insult her, and that was the crazy thing about it. That's the thing that pissed me off the most was I was nice because I could have went real nasty with it, but I was nice, and I didn't say anything that was disrespectful, at least in my opinion. It's the perfect amount of cursing, so you're good. It was just Timu, no Brittany. Ooh, child. It's off-putting is what you're looking for. Yes. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. Because my brain it was not working right then. Remember Jillian was Britney Spears in that Halloween Battle Royal '07 singing her heart out. She was singing something. It has nothing to do with her doing music in general. I think the idea of it is great, but the content itself is bad. That's the point. I think, like I said, if she had a debuted this as her entrance for Mania, I probably wouldn't be mad about it. Like I said, if you had to tweak this just a little bit. So Stephanie Vaquer was the girl that was getting beat up in the video, and you was just dragging her shit around the whole time. On some Lil Kim shit. You remember when Lil Kim released her diss track to Nicki Minaj and she had Nicki Minaj's head on the floor with the sword and shit? You remember that? If there would have been something similar to that with her entrance, right? I would not be mad. I would have been like, you know what? You low key ate with that. You low key ate with that. I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? But it to me, it just seemed odd and out of place. And it was off putting. Like Nicole said, it was. I'm just like, where did this come from? What happened? Who sanctioned this? And why did y'all just drop this and not really give us any heads up? Do you get what I'm saying? And they like, yeah, Liv Morgan is headlining. She's making headlines. Well, from the way most people were reacting to it, I wouldn't be so hype about it. But I guess all publicity is good publicity. I don't know. Two things can be true at the same time. She is right. I agree. I'm blessed. Thank you. Even Naomi's song of music was better than this, and I didn't like Naomi's song. If I'm being honest, it just doesn't sound good. Child, you should have saw the confused look on my face. Nicole said that music ruined my day. Ooh, child. Ooh, that's messy. Poor Nicole. They ain't never lived with them, ate with them, slept with them, shit with them, never paid any bills. and they be ready to kill for these wrestlers. And that be the thing that really makes me angry. Like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill out. Now, somebody went at me was like, well, nobody say nothing to you when you go at it for Charlotte. I'm like, I'm not defending Charlotte as a person. I'm defending the things that how she is what she's telling us. Because y'all beat that lady down to the ground verbally all the time. It is never a day where she is not being treated like she did something wrong. She can't help who her father's name is. The problem is y'all give her all this smoke. Y'all give her all this hell. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley is currently doing the same thing Charlotte was doing, just at a maybe dial it back like 15%. Dial it back like 15%. Rhea Ripley's been in Mania this for the last couple of years. Nobody's complaining, right? Then prior to this, the men, look at the men. Cody Rhodes, look at Randy Orton, look at Roman Reigns. Huh? Y'all don't have the same smoke for them that y'all have for her. Somebody got to go to bat for her. Somebody got to protect her and defend her. With the way y'all disrespect that lady, it's crazy. But I don't know Ashley Fleer like that. I don't know that lady. Right? Like, I'm passionate about wrestling and I watch it to escape my BS in my life, but I also have a life as well. Period. Billboard just retweeted her music video. I honestly don't care. I don't give a fuck about Billboard. Billboard ain't been Billboard in years. The moment they started letting AI artists chart on Billboard, that was a wash for me. So they can kiss my ass. The only time I was ever going to go or wanted to go to Coachella was the year Outkast was one of the headlines. You know what, Nicole? I'm with you when you're right. I am with you when you're right. I would have, I probably would have bared the desert heat to see that. Ooh, that was bright. The whole sky lit up, Jared. Ooh, Charles. Okay, Lord, I'm sorry. Anyways, I would have bared the desert heat to see that. Oh, I would have loved to have seen it. And Beyonce said at Coachella was pretty cool too. I would have loved to have seen that. But what I do love is that they put Coachella on YouTube now. So I could just watch it on YouTube and be comfortable in my home and actually be able to shower and wash my ass. Cause them folks be out in the desert, be done spent $15,000 on the villa and they water not working. $15,000 and you ain't got working water. Oh, I know y'all balls and gooch and coochies is stinking, baby. I know y'all are smelling to high heaven. I wouldn't go, but I am kind of curious about it, child. Honestly, she could have gotten Addison Ray or like Slater or something. Ooh, child, it really she needed a writer. A writer is what she could have done and not use Def Rebel. I know she wanted to use her own music, which is cute. I didn't have a problem with that. It's just not good. That's the nicest way I can say it is it's just not good. The girl in the boxing match looked like Raquel. Well, Raquel was there. Raquel was with her. But the girl that she was fighting, that wasn't Raquel. That was somebody else. And that's why I give Rhea smoke. Period. Her birthday cake is really cute. Was really cute. I thought her whole party that she had was cute. That was fire. Someone clipped Charlotte talking about the Cody feud, and she was like cheering for both because Nepo babies. And some dude in the comments was trying to say Charlotte benefited the most of all three. Bullshit, she did. And always got opportunities and got passes. And I was like, are you on crack? Did we forget all the mess Randy was doing that we know and don't know he did? And if he was anyone else, he would have been released. Like that man shit in a women's bag. He also wrapped his dick around his wrist and tried to shake John Cena's hand. Randy Orton has done some foul shit. Foul shit. But like I said, it's a double standard when you're a woman. And I'm a girl's girl. I'm gonna defend the girls, especially when they deserve to be defended, because that's the type of shit that I be talking about. It's always she always get the smoke, no matter what goes on. Charlotte is always demonized. She could say that she loves everybody and she loves the division, and a motherfucker will go, y'all, yeah, you only love it until you just waiting for your time to take the damn title back so you can bore us for another 3 years. And I'm like, Roman Reigns was champion for almost 5 years. And 3 of those years, he didn't even have worthy opponents. He would come out there and sometimes he wouldn't wrestle for 2 to 3 months. Half the time, he was champion and didn't even headline the pay-per-views. We gonna talk about it, then let's fucking talk about it. Okay? Let's keep it fucking real. The fuck? Like y'all remembering, and the way y'all remember things, the way y'all see things is so skewed. Full on rose colored glasses. But I remember that man's title reign, and I remember majority of the people that he faced for a good chunk of his title reign. He did not have any challengers. He did not have any. So they had to go double back to Kevin. They had to make one out of Sammy, and they had to make two out of Jay and Jimmy. And then they put Jimmy back with Roman after Jimmy initiated the bloodline breakdown in the first place. Y'all don't remember. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. So it's cool. It's cool. And that toilet story Cody told, like the hell are we talking about? Child, every time you feel like you arguing with a brick wall, but I don't like arguing with stupidity. So I'm gonna let you have it. Because it's all you got. So I'm gonna let you have it. And if Roman win this weekend, they asses don't eat that shit up. Well, you're not lying. You're telling the truth 1000%. But I don't think it's a good idea to get a title back to Roman. I honestly believe that if they're gonna start over, then they gotta go with Braun Breaker eventually. And I think eventually they will go to Braun Breaker, but they're gonna have to restart that story once they get done with Seth and Braun having their fight with the Vision and everything possibly getting broken down. I was 23 when Roman won this title, and I was 27 when he lost it. Like, that's crazy. Some people wasn't even born with, until Roman won the championship. Some niggas don't know nothing but Roman Reigns being champion. And that's the crazy part. Can you do by reading? Do you read my ad? And there was that weird part with Rey Mysterio. The fuck? When a woman gets older, they say she should retire and raise kids. But don't tell the men that at all. They don't. I don't know what you're talking about, babe. I don't read people, honey. I'm not gonna do I don't do a reading. I don't have tarot cards and stuff. I don't do that. You might want to go find another channel to help you with that one, baby. I don't know nothing about that. Anywhoosies. Monday Night Raw for the most part was pretty decent. Pretty much I mentioned everything. I may have missed something, but Rhea and them was there. Oh, the MFTs went up against Jay, Jimmy, and LA Knight, which they ended up winning. Tama Tonga showed up and cost the MFTs the match. So some very interesting work happening in the MFTs. And it looks like Tama Tonga is about to break free and do his own thing, which I can't wait because I'm very curious as to what they're going to do with Tama Tonga. Okay. You got potential main event status with Tama Tonga. You definitely have mid-card champion with Tama Tonga. So I'm very curious as to what they're going to do with him. But I would love if they let a feud between him and Shinsuke launch him into the stratosphere of going after that US title, getting it, and then keeping it for a while, dropping it, and then possibly pursuing the main title at some point. Like I would love to see that. That's going to be an interesting time to see what they're going to do. Nicole said also going to week one of Coachella is low vibrational and try hard. Not low. Nicole, Nicole is not with the shits today. But I got a surprise for y'all. Because listen, I talked to Janae today. If y'all new to the channel, then you probably don't know, but Janae is like one of my closest friends next to Nicole and Don and Alexis and them. But Janae is my homie. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't been able to talk to Janae in a while. So when I was on social media today because she had the day off. She had a few questions because she hadn't watched wrestling in a while. She had a few questions and a few statements that I'm going to answer for her on live. And I hope that she's listening if she's there. Hold on, I'll read it in a minute. It says, or when a woman's biological clock is ticking, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I bet a man can't have of the shit that we go through with pregnancy, childbirth, your body changing. No, they can't. They also don't care, babe. They don't care. So let me read y'all what my friend Janae sent me in my DM. She said, I asked her, she said that she's been good. She said she's been chilling like a villain, but she's been catching little pieces of WWE and Raw, and she has so many questions. So here are her questions. She said, number one, are they really going to have Opa Femi lose to Brock on his first big match on the main roster? So let me see if I can pull these up by the matches. This is the one? Damn, that ain't the one. Damn. There we go. So my thing is, I don't think that they should. I think that they should let Obafemi win and Brock Lesnar go on about his business because that's what he used to do. He used to just win and he wouldn't show back up for another 2-3 months right before SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in the spirit of the beast, then Obafemi should win the same way. Brock Lesnar would be booked overly strong against no matter who he went up against. Sometimes they would get the drop on him, oftentimes they wouldn't, and then he would turn around and win at Mania. So I don't think they should book it so that Obafemi loses. They got him booked way too strong, and I think that giving this to Brock Lesnar does nothing for Brock Lesnar because he's not going to be around long enough to really do anything to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like he can eat a loss like that and it not kill his momentum. The same can't be said for Obafemi. You've got a good thing going with Oba. Don't kill it now by making him lose at WrestleMania. So to answer your question, Janae, I hope not, but I don't trust WWE, so I can't guarantee that that's not going to happen. She also said Jade Cargill. Let's go back to Jade. Let's find her. Is this it? Yeah. She also said Jade Cargill seems like she's a boring champion. She'll probably win via interference. I disagree. I don't think that Jade Cargill is boring. I think a lot of people don't understand Jade Cargill and the character that she has. So they often try to correlate or make sense of what they're seeing. When they can't, they say, oh, well, it's boring or it doesn't hit like it should. I think that a lot of you guys are expecting her to be something that she's not. You got to take her as she is. And I like Jade Cargill. I always have and I always will. And like I said, I'm a girl's girl. I ride when you right and I'm on your ass when you're wrong. I think Jade Cargill still has some things to learn being on the main roster. And I think she still has, because she made it very clear when she was on Joe Budden's podcast that she didn't go through NXT like everybody else did. She didn't have the indies to rely on. Like her NXT was AEW, which in a sense gave her some idea of how to operate on television. But being in WWE and working in WWE is a whole nother world. And she had to learn that very quickly. I personally believe that she should have went to NXT, not because she can't handle the main roster, but because Shawn Michaels would have been able to give her extra tools that she doesn't necessarily have right now. And if I were her after this stint with the WWE Championship, I go to NXT. I go to edit NXT for the next 6 months and go get me and go up against some of the best girls in there. And I go get me some shit going, put some eyes on that product right quick, and really hone my shit in NXT for a while. Come back to the main roster and go straight to Raw and take over. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that she is going to beat Rhea Ripley, although I wouldn't mind it. And then they run it back at Backlash or whatever. It's just that people don't give Jade Cargill the respect she rightfully deserves. I think Jade Cargill is incredibly smart at how she markets herself, how she moves, and everything that she does. And I think that they don't give her enough credit for that. I also believe that people keep saying she can't wrestle and she can't do this. But I'm going to say this and I'll move on. Pay attention to Jade Cargill very carefully. When Jade Cargill goes up against an opponent that is going to challenge her, she usually rises to the occasion. Think about her matches with Jordan Grace, her match with currently Io Sky just recently. She rose to the occasion with both of these women. They were shorter than her. They didn't match her in height and weight. Now, Jordan can match her power for power, but Io Sky is a high flyer, speed style wrestler. That's a totally different ball game. But she was able to hold her own in that match with her. And when you really look back at it, if her opponent doesn't match her in skill level or in terms of being a better wrestler than her, then Jade Cargill usually comes down to their level. And that's when the matches don't really hit the way they should. Trust what I'm saying and really go back and look at some of those clips of some of her matches on the main roster because she really rose to the occasion with Naomi. She had a great match with Jordan Grace, Naomi, and with Io Sky. And I think that the match with Rhea Ripley is going to be just fine. I don't think it's going to be amazing, but it's going to be fine. I think y'all got to give it a chance. Moving on. She said, let me get to the not that one. Not that one. Yeah, there we go. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee seems boring. I think she's 1000% right. Today they cut a promo or a video package for both of them, detailing their feud. I am not interested in this whatsoever. So I understand her sentiments as to why she believes it's boring. Going back to this match with Zayn and Williams, she said justice for Mello getting shafted, and now we got to see Sami Zayn and Trick Williams. Personally, I love watching Sami Zayn wrestle, so I'm not mad about it. I am upset that they pulled Carmelo out of this because I feel like you could have just had Carmelo defend his championship at WrestleMania rather than pulling him from the match entirely. But I'm hoping that Carmelo Hayes still gets an opportunity to show up and show out without technically being booked for the match. So I understand her sentiments, but I'm hoping WWE does give him the opportunity to have a moment by either costing Trick Williams the title or costing Sami Zayn the title and taking out Trick Williams at the same time. With that being said, we're moving on to this match where she says Logan Paul and Booty Hole Toucher is tag champs. She was better. Hey, if you know, you know. You're going to have to figure that out for your own. I'm not going to talk about it because it's none of my fucking business. But that's an old OG conversation right there. So look, Logan Paul and Austin Theory are tag champs, and she just is shocked that they're even tag team partners or tag team champions. Do I think that the Vision probably gonna win this one? Maybe, but given the fact that IShowSpeed is cursed right now with Danhausen's curse, unless Danhausen somehow lifts this curse the night of WrestleMania, I want the curse to affect them directly, indirectly because of IShowSpeed. You know what I'm saying? I just want that moment. I just want that opportunity. I need to see it. Not Booty Hole Toucher. Oh Lord, please don't remind me of that girl. That was a deep cut. But you had to know to know. You had to know to know. Anyways, we'll get to them in a minute. She wants to know what's going on with the women's tag team division. It's a division. A lot of the division is made up of women who would be in the main title point picture or in the mid title picture, and they've decided to pull them out of that and put them into the tag team division. People like Lyra, Bailey, Lash, Nia, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, all of them could be giving Julia a good run for her money. Any one of them could be right now at WrestleMania, but they've decided to not even have Julia on the card at WrestleMania. So that's not happening. The women's tag division is literally non existent. It's made up of rag'em tag'em tag teams, and they're now wrestling at Mania. Now, what it looks like is that Nikki Bella and Brie Bella may make it to Mania because Nikki Bella had that ankle injury and she's been rehabbing as hard as she can. But that doesn't mean that she is going to be there. She hasn't been seen on TV in weeks, and she was mentioned, and they're still mentioning the match as is. And if that happens to change the night of, then the word is the Kabuki Warriors are going to take the Bella's spot, which means I think if that happens, more than likely, either Lash and Nia will retain those titles, and then Brie and Nikki will come back when they're healthy and get the titles from them then, or they'll drop those titles to Bailey and Lyra, and Bailey and Lyra will end up dropping the titles to Brie and Nikki. Something along those lines. Not sure how it's going to play out, but I'm hoping for Nikki Bella and Brie Bella's sake, because they've been wanting to do this for a while, and just out of respect for that, I hope she heals and she comes back. But I'm not looking forward to this match. I don't think this match is going to be fun, especially if the Bellas compete, specifically because the Bellas they're not wrestling good. Just making it a plain observation. They're not doing well in the ring. Yeah, it was definitely a deep cut. Anyways, let's move on. Now, she mentioned some people who are not on the card. She said the Wyatt family seems like it's not working at all. She said neither is their latest storyline. So, to give you some insight on the Wyatt family are not even booked for Mania, and they haven't been booked on television in a while. The last time that we saw the Wyatt family, they had a match with they had a match with Solo and Tama out there. Tama lost the match. Uncle Howdy won. And then Tama basically told, Solo to give up that lantern. It's making you crazy. You don't need it. We need to refocus on our shit as a family. And this lantern is it's just controlling you. So eventually Tama took it and gave it back to them. He gave it to him. And ever since then, Solo's been like watching him very closely. So I want them to get back to being the enigma that they were. And I'm not sure if they're going to do that, but I really hope that they do, because I miss that aspect of the Wyatt family. So I understand your sentiments. She also asked, why do we always need celebrities? I know it's not new. It just seems like an uptick in them. Yes, there is a very massive uptick in celebrities being in Mania this year. And that is mainly due to very low ticket sales. It is the fact that the tickets are not selling because they double back to Vegas and they're trying their best to overcompensate for that. And it's not working. No matter how many streamers they get, no matter how many celebrities they call, nobody's picking up the phone and purchasing tickets. Now, people might buy tickets the day of. And what I have seen in Vegas is that they've dropped the ticket prices. They've dropped the hotel prices significantly and drastically. And they've also made it so that it's a little bit more affordable to go see shows and everything in Vegas. Not only this weekend, but they've got a package deal where they've got a 3-night and 2-day, a two, a two 2 day, 3 days and 2 nights, sorry, deal where you pay like $350. You get full food and drink vouchers for the day. You get tickets to a show and you get your hotel room and everything all included. It's an all inclusive package per person, I think, which I thought was very, very reasonable for Las Vegas, right? And it's not at no, really cheap rundown hotel. It's at a really nice hotel that costs you at least $1,000 a day to stay there. So shit got to be real for them to drop shit down to $350. You know what I'm saying? And offering you food and drinks and shit. Like, that's crazy. But, anyways, we're moving on to the next question. She said she wanted to know if the lead writer is still a female. She said, or did they say the one episode was too good and they can't have a female be better than the men writing? Yes, they still have their female lead for Monday Night Raw. And as far as I know, she has continued to be the lead of Monday Night Raw. As of right now, Raw has been the most consistent show outside of NXT. It has been consistent in its booking and escalating and even de escalating some things, but then bringing it back up. It's been consistent in keeping you interested in every feud that's happening leading up to WrestleMania. She's done a great job of keeping people invested in the stories on Monday Night Raw and making it so you want to see what's going to happen next on the show. They've done a great job at doing that. Now, I answered her questions and then she came back with some more. She said, did they ever explain why Michi, and she called her Marichan Ramen. She called her she called her Marichan Ramen and World Star are Jade Cargill's bodyguards. Yes. The explanation was that Michin and B-Fab were tired of being overlooked. They hated the fact that Rhea Ripley was the one getting everything. And they said that very plainly, at least with Jay, we know what we're getting. We know what she is right out the gate. It's no trickery. We don't have to worry if she gonna stab us in the back because we already know what type of business she on. Which, in all fairness, it makes sense. And in my eyes, if you can't beat them, join them. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what it was. She said, obviously, Roman's not winning against CM Punk. I don't know about that. But will it be clean, though? Side note, I watched Roman Vignette, and my man's looks like a skull, not meat in the face. Makes his ears look like they're clear for takeoff on the LAX airport runway. When I tell y'all, Janae is a whole fucking mess and a Kiki. She is a mess. I don't know if I would say it's obvious he's not winning. I think we're going to have a very touch and go situation at Mania as to who's going to win. I don't think he's going to win at Mania. If he does, I'll be fucking shocked. But it will lend some credibility to them wanting to get themselves back to the point of them being a money-making machine and churning out, quality. But that doesn't equate quality putting Roman back at the top, in my opinion. But desperation always calls for desperate measures. And the way that WWE is acting right now, it would not surprise me if that's what they did. She also said, I'm guessing Cody is beating Randy Orton. But to be honest, all he has to do really is stand there and talk, and Randy might just drown for all the spit that he produces from his lips. She goes on to say, that's all I can think about when he talks, like a little snake on the mic. She's so stupid. Randy might beat Cody. I mean, to me, I would have him win. I would have him win, and this would be the start of Cody's 13th reason why. Not to harm himself, but to go back to being Homelander. And he's slowly but surely getting there. Think about the promos he cuts now and what he used to cut and how he's just going off on people and he's really going at their neck. And then he was out there talking about how, he don't know if he can go there. And if he goes there, he don't know if he can get back. It's coming, but it's a very slow and steady race when it comes to the um the turn of Cody Rhodes. But that was the questions that Janae asked. Here are your matches for WrestleMania. As of right now, they haven't added anything new. So it looks like everything is as it stands. We're going to have Randy Orton on Saturday night facing off against Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion. Now, currently, Pat McAfee has Cody Rhodes' championship. They took it from him. So we'll see once everything settles. We also have a six-man tag team match. This will be on the kickoff on ESPN2. We also have the unsanctioned match with McIntyre and Fatu. This will also be on the kickoff of night one. Sorry. This will be on the kickoff of night one, and this will also be on the kickoff of night one. It's not necessarily kickoff, it's just the first hour of Mania, and it'll all be on ESPN2. And these will be the first two matches. They're going to go with the six-man tag, and then they're going to go with McIntyre and Fatu. Something tells me that they're going to end up coming next with the tag team titles. At least I would, to kind of reset everybody. And then they could come in with Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. And then we have Liv Morgan and Stephanie McCare and their feud. And then they'll round out the show with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Starting off with Sunday night, the first match is going to be Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. Now, I don't think they're going to do the first hour of night two commercial free. I don't know if they're going to do that, but if they do, this is your first match. It's Oba and Lesnar, and this is probably going to be one of the most interesting matches of the night. Next to the Intercontinental Championship match, this actually is a six-pack challenge. Rey Mysterio has been added to this match. A lot of people think Javon Evans is going to get the title and Penna's going to drop it. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be mad at it. I would love to see Javon Evans as champion. We also have Sami Zayn and Trick Williams facing off for the U.S. title. And then we have Demon Balor facing off against Dominic Mysterio. And of course, we'll be rounding out the show with Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley battling it for the WWE Women's Championship. And of course, the big kahuna, the last match of WrestleMania is Roman Reigns, the OTC, versus CM Punk, the voice of the voiceless. They will be battling out for the World Heavyweight Championship. We shall see who will be on the top of the mountain of the WWE. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys on Wednesday, and we'll talk about NXT, and we'll go back over all the matches and how I feel about it. And very soon, probably tomorrow, you guys will get a story time recap from me, which I may start doing that for all of the PLEs again, because I used to love doing those. You get a storyline recap, and you guys will be able to hear and know all of the details, all of the juicy loosies of what is going on when it comes to these matches heading into WrestleMania. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.